What's up guys, it's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Falcom. Yes, the developers behind the E series, and of course, the Trail series, which you guys keep telling me to play, which I will definitely get around to. It's just, that series is going to need a lot of time and investment from me, which means I would have to pretty much put everything on the back burner just to put the time into those series, but I definitely will give it a try. So what is this video about? Well, apparently that the president of Falcom was pretty much saying that they're going to pretty much see the potential and want to embrace AI translation to help translate their games to be able to deliver, the experience that customers want to actually experience overseas. Talking about us in the West and everybody that's outside of Japan. So this is interesting, and I think that AI is going to play an essential role. It started things off in 2024, but I think 2025, when it comes to AI translations and everything like that, when it comes to localization, I think we're going to start seeing a big difference moving forward. And as I said before, man, the pendulum is swinging the other way. Society is about to go through a metamorphosis. Gaming is going to go through a metamorphosis. AI is really going to start turning things up. So before we even dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into it. It's from Bounding into Comics. It says the president of Trails in Yi series developer Falcom says he sees potential for AI translation in terms of shortening the time it takes to deliver content to overseas customers and improving accuracy. Yes, that's the thing too, man. That's the thing about AI. It's all about be able to shorten the time, especially of development, shorten the time of translating things, to be able to get these products out here, try to get it like a worldwide release, that everybody over the world be able to get these titles all at the same time, because it definitely would help the company, especially when it comes to their financial statements, that all these games were able to come out. This one particular title is able to go out all across the world. Everybody's about to get their hands on it, and you'll be able to tell if this series itself resonates with gamers itself. So yes, let's dive right into it. So in throwing his hat into the ongoing debate surrounding the future relationship between AI and overseas localization of Japanese media, Nihon Falcom president Toshihiro Kondo says that he's at least optimistic towards the idea that technology could both help get its studio games, particularly those in their signature series, Trail series, to players quicker and improve the accuracy of their respective translations. So it says Kondo, who prior to his 2007 appointment to the studio boss, served in a variety of roles at the Trails in Yi series developer, since starting at their in 1998 after The Legend of Heroes 3 White Witch fan site got him his foot in the door, spoke to his thoughts on the burgeoning AI localization scene during a recent interview given to the Japanese video game news outlet 4Gamer at the recent Tokyo Game Show 2024. Yes, man, Tokyo Game Show 2024 has been hitting bangers with these questions, and it's asking a lot of questions that a lot of us gamers from the West really wants to know, because a lot of gamers from the West are getting tired of localization. They're getting tired of the translations and everything. They're getting tired of voice actors, especially from the English voice actors from the West, of how they handle these games. So it seems like Tokyo Game Show has really been hitting everything on the spot, down from Square Enix when it comes to the creator of Dragon Quest and his thoughts on censorship. Everything's just hitting all the right spots, and it seemed like that the Japanese developers and everybody from the East are paying attention, and they're seeing the backlash from gamers and how they feel about what's been going on when it comes to localization. So the outlet invited Kondo to review a series of Japanese to English AI translations made from text originally found in the upcoming Legends of Heroes, Trails of the World, Farewell, O Zamoria, and produced by the fledgling Ella localization engine. So pressed for his thoughts on the respective results, Kondo asserted, as machine translated via DeepL, there were, I quote, times when the translator got minor subtleties wrong, but at the same time I felt that he translated some parts so well that I was sometimes surprised to see that he translated them exactly as they were written. Although there are still some areas where human translators are not as good as they used to be. And they're only not good as they used to be is because of the people that these Western localizers are hiring. They're hiring, like I said, a lot of these people are diversity hires. And when I say diversity, I'm not even talking about people of color. I'm just talking about people who just doesn't make the cut. You know, they only picking them because of their sexual orientation, and what they identify as, and they're just scrubbing the bottom of the barrel of these type of people. And when you look at these people and who are translating these games, localizing the games, they all look the same. They all got the same physical appearance and everything. Don't you find that kind of funny? Find that kind of strange? So that's why the quality in localization has dropped, you know, tremendously. It's because these people have infiltrated the industry. They have infiltrated the scene, and now they're taking control over the narrative. And what frustrates me the most is that you have some developers from the East who are casualties of this, that they have no idea, because like I said, they only know things about their side of the world, in their country. Their people come first and foremost. So the West is like an afterthought. So they try to go after, so when they go out to find the best localization team or company, they don't know, and some of them don't know any better. Yes, you do have some that knows what's going on, but you still have some that don't know any better, because like I said, there's a difference. You know, they don't know there's a language barrier, there's a cultural barrier. So they figure we go to people who's from the West, and who are from the West knows their culture. We'll just rely on them to do the work, you know, and they end up becoming a casualty of it when the fans come in and see the mess of the localization or the mess of just the translation in general, and then they get the backlash. It's just a nasty sight to see. But we'll continue. So it says, I quote, I myself used to play PC games made overseas that were translated into Japanese, and I think the text used was probably at the level of a first-person translation nowadays, said the studio president. Compared to that, the translation of the Ella is at a much higher level. Also, since AI is learning more and more, I feel that even if human intervention is necessary, in the end, it will save a lot of work and time in the future. Yes, AI is constantly learning, and they constantly trying to get things right. Because like I said, AI isn't perfect. Does it get it close enough? You know, that's debatable as well. But as we start to see more and more AI start to, you know, appear on the scene and start to take over all the heavy lifting when it comes to localization, man, we about to see a different playing field, a different landscape in the, you know, in the gaming industry, especially when it comes from the East to the West. So next asked by his host as to whether he held any concern that human jobs will be taken away, as especially in the English speaking world. Negative opinions about AI translation seem to stand out, Kondo admitted in turn. I myself believe that it is inevitable if the trend in the world is towards the use of AI. Yes, there are some things that you just can't fight. You know, when it comes to mobile devices, when it comes to computers, it's just we head into a new age of technology. And as we go into a new age of technology, sad to say, you know, you as a individual who are working in fields that are about to shift or about to change, you have to learn how to adapt. If not adapt, you're going to have to start now learning how to branch out on your own and create your own thing. So you won't get replaced, or you won't get, you know, lost or forgotten. So let's move on. And I quote, in England in the early 19th century, the Ludlow movement took place when workers were opposed to the introduction of machines, and perhaps similar phenomena is occurring. He explained, I have also had the experience in living in Thailand when I was a child, and I was told that there was a time when the local people were said to have lost their jobs because the Japanese brought in all sorts of things. I think it's natural for people to think this way. Yes, people are going to think this way. And I quote, it's a historical fact that a mechanized society has changed the roles of human beings and created a society of a higher rank, he continued. As for gamers, until now, only well-known titles have been translated. But if it becomes easier to translate into multiple languages, even slightly geeky titles that appeal to a certain segment of populations, this will be a great benefit to the game creators and not a bad thing for gamers either. I didn't think about that shit. So there's still some titles that is so out there that is like, because it's so cultural that even our culture wouldn't be able to understand it. And so it seemed more like a risk to go out their way to try to put all this money sinking into like translating it to get it localized for here, for a smaller niche group, now it's even more possible because AI doesn't really cost much. It doesn't cost you anything. If you can get AI to do it, and so you don't have to go pay somebody to do it, now you can expect more titles that shouldn't even be here, will more than likely have a chance, and to be able to pretty much appeal to that much smaller audience because of machine translation with AI. I think that I never thought about that. So it says some people may lose their jobs temporarily, but overall I believe that society will enjoy the benefits of AI in the future. This will especially be true for the game development. It says, to this end, 4Gamer moved to ask Kondo if there was any possibility that Falcom will introduce AI translation. In reply, the president detailed, I quote, speed is also an important factor in development. Until about 20 years ago, 80 to 90% of our customers for our titles were Japanese. Recently, however, the percentage of overseas customers is increasing, especially in Asia. If our games do not sell well overseas, we may not be able to deliver them to Japanese customers. Given this, we see potential in AI translation in terms of shortening the time it takes to reach overseas customers and improving its accuracy. So yes, we definitely want to start seeing a lot of this change and everything coming through. So met with observation from the outlet that the more global the game market becomes, the more important it becomes to overcome language barriers. Kondo further affirms that Trail series is a game where you enjoy the story, so human power is still needed to make final adjustments to the translated words on the lines. However, by delegating the primary translation work up to the point to an AI could the entire process be compressed in terms. This may speed up the development process from a managerial point of view. I think it would be a good idea. Yes, human input is still needed. I mean, like, come on, look at, like, even though these are two different industries and two different methods, think about mocap, for instance. Mocap took out a lot of work of you designing character model, designing animations from scratch. It took a lot. It got all that out of the way. Designing the character models. Now you be able to map the face and everything like that. It took all that work out of the way. But even though you got mocap, you got face, you got facial scans and stuff like that. Even though you have those things, you still need that human touch. And when I say about that human touch, you still need people to go in there and tweak those faces. You still need people to go in there and fix up the rough edges around the mocap animations. And it's the same thing with AI. Yes, AI will translate a lot of stuff almost pretty accurately, but you still need that hands-on, the human hand to be able to come in and take a look and see where possibly the AI could have made a mistake, or you still need those things where the humans can be able to pick up the little subtleties that the AI may not even pick up. So yes, so there's still going to be need for some human interactions even though that AI is going to start taking over at some point. I quote, the Trail series cannot be released simultaneously worldwide because the amount of text is several times larger than that of a typical RPG. I heard that too, that there's a lot of fucking reading in that damn game, a lot of text and stuff like that. So you also got to be prepared for that. So I can understand why it takes time to be able to translate and get all that nuance and everything from that. And it doesn't help when you have Western localizers that go in and ham the shit out of it as well. That pisses off the fans. So I definitely understand that. Under such circumstances, if we can release the game overseas version 6 months later, or at the same time by using AI translation, like I said, if you better do it worldwide, it definitely help. It would be a great thing for us as a business owner. Yes, I said that, and not a bad thing for fans. Ultimately, Kondo closed out the AI discussion by acknowledging the uncertainties felt by some staff members at Falcom who remain cautious about AI, especially among designers. I quote, they are in position where their drawing and designs could be illegally used for AI. So I understand their apprehension, he asserted. This is a different situation from translation, but we would like to find a better way to use AI without denying humans or AI. We cannot escape from the new technology as they emerge, and we would like to deal with them well while keeping a close eye on the challenges, he concludes. So yes, we are headed into that age of AI itself. AI is definitely going to be the new wave. It's going to be the new trend. It's going to become more and more prominent in society, and it's something that we have to get used to and be prepared for, and learn how to adapt to it. Because if you don't know how to adapt to it, as someone who's an artist or a game developer and many other core aspects of the working force, If you don't adapt to it, then you're going to get left behind and you're going to be without a job. And as scary as it sounds, this is going to be the way of life. We've seen it time and time again. And we about to step and embark on a new technological, I would say, revolution that's going to happen. It's right around the corner. And AI is going to lead the front of this, and we're going to start seeing advancements. We're going to start seeing changes, and it's going to be so fast. It's going to be to the point that's going to be scary. Like, is this even real? And I think that 2024 was the start of it, and I think 2025 is where we're going to start seeing a lot of crazy things, both the good and the bad when it comes to AI. But when it comes to gamers, I think it is definitely a win-win, especially now we don't have to wait 6 months or we're going to wait a year or two later in order to get a game that Japan had already had a year or two ago or 6 months ago. Now everybody be able to get it worldwide, and we'll be able to get open to more catalogs of games that would definitely have been on the back burner as far as Western release, now get a chance to have its time to shine in the West now that you have AI translations. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about AI translations when it comes to gaming, when it comes to localization? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? Definitely your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.